Hello, everyone, and welcome to Embracing Your Essence on Lilydale Radio. I am Colleen Vanderzyden, the host of the show, and on this show, we talk about things that can help you live your best life as your best self. And tonight's topic is create the life you want. And we are going to talk about the current chaotic energy, how it's affecting us. We're also going to talk about some tips to help you navigate this energy so you can create the life you want. So as you are joining in, please do say hello, and while you're joining in, I will do the details. LilydaleAssembly.org is the official website for Lilydale Assembly. Our summer season opens on June 19th and goes until August 30th. We have lots and lots of things happening this summer, many workshops and events, and we have the program book has arrived for Lilydale Assembly. So if you would like a copy of this gigantic program book, all you have to do is contact the Lilydale Assembly office and they will send it to you. I think they do charge $5 shipping or something like that, because I guess it's kind of expensive to send. But if you want a book, you can get that. You can also go to the Facebook page as well as the website, lilydaleassembly.org. Lilydale Assembly Incorporated is the official Facebook page, and you can find out everything that's happening this summer. The website, lilydaleassembly.org, has been totally revamped. It is amazing. If you have not seen it yet, you haven't looked at it, go and explore. It is laid out really well. They've done such a great job of updating it and making it easy to navigate. So make sure you get over there and see what's happening. You can find out more about me at my website, ColleenVanderzyden.com, and you can find me on my Facebook page, Colleen Vanderzyden, Medium and Empowerment Coach. And hello, Dale. Nice to see you. And hello, Martin. So as you are all joining in, please do say hello. Hello, Hillary and Audrey as well. And we tonight are going to be talking about creating the life you want. It is, make sure you're on my page. I almost forgot to tell you that. Make sure you're on my page so that I can see your comments and your questions. I also want to mention at the top of the page, you can find the Empowered Path to Inner Peace, a link to this ebook that I made for you, a little free gift for you. And so you can click on that and download it for yourself. So hello, Melissa. Thank you all, everybody, for joining me. I missed you last week. I was off doing something. Oh, I had a meeting. That's why I wasn't here. Hi, Jeannie. Nice to see you too. So tonight we are talking about how to create the life you want. We're going to talk about the energy of today and how it is a bit chaotic and intense, but it is also the energy of empowerment. We're going to talk about how to navigate this time. I'm going to give you 7 tips to navigate this energy so that you can get back to yourself and begin to create that life you really do want to have. So let's get right to it. Have you been feeling overwhelmed? I'm hearing this from so many people. The energy is so intense right now, and people are saying they just feel overwhelmed, or they're scattered. They feel scattered and they can't think at all. They can't focus. I'm hearing from a lot of people as well that they're very concerned about things that are happening. Some people are angry, irritated, or even perplexed with the situations and how people are behaving. Hi, Michelle. Thanks for joining. This energy that we have right now is new. It is like a new energy. It has been building up over years, and it is really reaching a pinnacle right now as we're doing this. With this energy, we can feel unbalanced, like we've lost an anchor, right? It's almost like literally we're rocking on big waves and don't feel stable. We can't stand up straight. We're just holding on to things because everything seems to be out of control. It's also like riding an emotional roller coaster of waves that we can't seem to stop. But there is a way, and we're going to talk about some ways tonight to help you feel better as you navigate this energy so you can create the life you want to have. And while it seems like this energy is too much, right? Too much fear, too much worry, too much uncertainty, it is also helping us evolve into who we really are. Who we are on the soul level. So sometimes as humans, right, we focus on the, I'm going to say bad things, put those in quotes, the bad things of life. And we can get so caught up in that we don't recognize that there are good things happening as well. And while this energy is intense and chaotic, it is helping us. So it's not wholly bad. Some of it feels bad. And I'm going to put bad in quotes as usual. But it's also some good things. It is helping us evolve into who we are. who we are supposed to be, who we are at our soul level. We're being energetically and physically as well recalibrated to the best version of ourselves. And that is the energy of love, the energy of light, and the energy of truth. And within this is where we can reclaim our empowerment, our self-empowerment. And I'm just going to say hello to a couple people so I don't miss you. Untethered is a great word. Thank you, Melissa. Hi, Carol, Sheila, Judy, Hildy. Nice to see you. Thank you all for joining me. In many ways, what's happening is like a rebirth. We are going through a rebirth. We're letting go of the past. We're letting go of the old ways so we can create a new life. And within that is an opportunity for us as we step into our truth, our soul's energy, who we really are. It's an opportunity for us to be intentional about who we are and how we want to live. I've mentioned the consciousness shift many times over the last couple years, 3 years maybe, and even the past few months. And I'm going to mention it again, but very briefly. What's happening is we are moving into the energy of love and light and the oneness, where everyone and everything is connected, where everything, every person, we are all equal. This is a higher vibrational way of living, where we love each other and are kind and caring. So this is what's happening. We're evolving into this higher consciousness. Now, here's the important part. Not that that wasn't important, because of course it was as well. The shift is not going to be completed by an institution, by the government, by a foundation, or a school. It is going to be completed because each one of us on a personal level are doing our best to live and be our souls, to be the love and the light. This is what is going to help us complete this consciousness shift. I know that a lot of us are wondering how the ending is going to be. The energy has shifted. I told you it shifted back in December. It did shift, even though we are seeing lots of things that maybe don't look like it's shifted. It has shifted toward the positive. There is going to be, side note for a sec, there is going to be another shift in June where more people are waking up and recognizing the power they have to live the life they want as well. So we're headed in the right direction, even though there are times it doesn't appear that way. Now, this year, 2026, I had to think about that for a sec. 2026 is all about letting go of the old and bringing in the new. Okay, we're letting go of the old, bringing in the new. And for us personally, since we are so important to this consciousness shift, to this shift into love, kindness, oneness, etc., we are also clearing our own personal energy. This energy out there is encouraging us to let go of those things in our lives that no longer fit. They might have used to fit. I'm not sure if that was a good sentence, but you get the point. They might have, but they don't fit any longer. And as we do this, clearing our own energy, we're also simplifying our own lives as well. It's about prioritizing what's most important to us and then taking action to follow through. How do you want to feel? How do you want to live? And very importantly, being intentional about how you're living, what you're doing, who you really are, and what you want out of life. Being intentional with your choices, your behaviors, your beliefs, your attitudes. This is living as your soul in self-empowerment. And the energy is actually helping us get there. So I'll take a commercial pause just to say hello to people and tell you, if you're on my page, Colleen Vanderzyden, Medium and Empowerment Coach, that's awesome. You'll be able to ask questions because I will be doing questions in a little bit. I'm not going to talk too long. And also, if you're not on my page, come on over here if you think you're going to want to ask questions. So hello, Mary, Trish, Kathy, Christina, Carol, Dale, Donna, Lisa. I got to see what she says. When you say we, evolving, growing? Is that just those that are aware and are open, or very human regardless of awareness? Such a great question that I'm going to answer right now. Everybody is evolving, whether they're doing it intentionally or not. The people who are more self-aware are going to evolve, I'm going to say smoother. Okay, it's going to be a little bit smoother because we're going to be more intentional as to how we navigate this energy. And I will give you guys 7 tips in just a couple of minutes to help you navigate this energy, which will help you create the life you want to have. Okay, so we are going to do that. And so you will see as time goes on, as everything keeps changing, right, you're going to see some people, I'm going to call it kicking and screaming, because they don't want to evolve. They don't want to move into this new energy that's higher vibration centered in love and light. And you all understand what I'm saying, right? Some people are not into that. And that may not be their life path this time around. Maybe they will never see it. Maybe they'll never get it. Maybe they'll never recognize that love and kindness and compassion are the most important things. They may not get it. And that's their business and not ours. However, the best we can do to raise our own vibration and be in that love and light is going to help this whole shift happen. So we don't want to force other people to look at things differently. You know how that is. We don't want people to tell us what to think or what to do, except for what I'm telling you tonight, of course. We don't want people to do that. So we let them be. And we go about our lives living from our truth, because as we live in our energy, that loving, bright energy, it does shift the energy of the world. Okay, so that was a good question, and I think I answered it. Michelle says, why does the flight to love and light include such turbulence? And that is such a great question too, you guys. And I'm going to answer that one too, and then I'll get back to what I'm talking about, which is all connected. Everything is connected. It is because, think about this for a minute. You guys who are aware of energy, how we have been living is a certain energy. We've been focused externally throughout our lives. We really have. And every now and then we get the glimpse of our soul. We focus more internally and stuff. In this shift, there's so much happening right now that our energies are changing, and it's taking time for our bodies to catch up. It's taking time for the physical world to catch up, as you're seeing, right? There's a lot happening out there. And so it's taking time. So this turbulence is because the energy has sped up so much, like so much. It's overwhelming at times, isn't it? The energy is insane out there. So it has sped up so much that it's like we're in the old energy down here, then the higher energy. We just keep going up and down and up and down. And what's really happening is that recalibration. Our energies have to get used to the new vibration, the higher vibration. So many of us think, oh, I am so loving and whatever. We all have stuff we're working on. We all have stuff we need to let go of. We all have stuff where we can continue to evolve to a higher level. So the turbulence is basically a recalibration of the energy. In our physical lives, it can be uncomfortable and it can be painful. And that's part of the reason why I'm talking about this tonight, because I'm going to give you some ideas to help you get through that with as little pain as possible. Okay, so great questions, everybody. And I am feeling better. Thank you very much. Nothing like kidney stones to brighten your day. Ashley, lifelong work. It is lifelong work, isn't it? To decide to embrace this part of ourselves and become our souls. It's quite an adventure. It truly is. So what is happening? We are literally physically and energetically evolving into a new reality. We have never been in this place before. Now we can look around physically and say, you are right on that, right? However, we have never been in this place energetically before. We are ending that old reality, the old ways of doing things, and we're moving into new beginnings. This is truly, and I'm getting goosebumps on this, this is truly the birth of a new civilization. This is what we're going through. Side note, think about how brave you were before you came down to this physical life and said, oh, I want to help with that. Wow, you are very courageous to do that. So you are alive at this time to help. That's why you're watching my show. Some other people would not be interested in what I have to say and how it can help. So we are going into this new civilization. We are going into a birth of a new you, a new identity. And this is good. Don't be scared by that, okay? This doesn't mean that everything is going to be horrible, 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 and you're going to evolve into this person you don't want to be. That's not it at all. You're going to evolve, and you are evolving into your soul, who you really are, that love, that light, that kindness, that compassion. In this rebirth, we are literally rewiring our minds. We are changing how we're thinking, how we're feeling, how we're living. We're changing who we are and what we're capable of, who we can be. Now, back to the turbulence part. These transition times can be challenging, difficult, and painful. They absolutely can. They can also be full of joy, peace, and fun. Both can exist at the same time. These transition times are also full of loss. Loss of people, loss of comfort zones, loss of possessions, jobs, situations, and also loss of limiting beliefs, disempowering thoughts, and the loss of fear. So you see how this energy has two parts to it. One that seems more challenging and painful, and the other that is light, uplifting, and powerful. The old ways are dying, and you're seeing the grasping of it now. Okay, next time you see something, think about this statement. The old ways are dying, and these endings are new beginnings. Now we all have choice. This choice is going to help us navigate this energy so we can create the life we want to have. So how are we going to get through it? How do we do it with less pain and with more peace, more happiness, and more empowerment? So I have 7 ideas for you. You might want to jot them down, or you can watch the recording again later if you like. And again, if you're not on my page, Colleen Vanderzyden, Medium Empowerment Coach, you want to get over here if you're going to ask a question, make a comment, etc. I'll go through these 7 things. Won't take forever by any means, okay? And then we can chat, whatever you want to talk about. So the first thing that is so important as we navigate this time, because really when it comes down to it, we do want to live a good life, right? We do want to be happy. And it can feel like that energy is affecting us in a negative way. But if we know what is happening, it actually helps. It helps us. If we can understand that everything that is happening right now that is affecting us is helping us evolve and move into the light, we can shift our perspective away from fear, worry, etc., and into one of learning. When we do this, we can look at the whole thing differently. What is, whatever situation, the whole thing or pieces of it, what are they teaching us? What is teaching us? What are we learning about ourselves and about life? Is it that we are more powerful than we think? Yes, it is. Is it that we're learning to believe in ourselves, even if things are difficult? All we have to do is do our best and believe in ourselves as best we can? Yes, we're also learning that. Is it that we are realizing that prioritizing ourselves, our energy, our wants, our needs is essential? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And we're also learning that it is not selfish to prioritize ourselves. It is not selfish. We still care for other people. We're nice people. We love people. We want to be there and help them. But we don't need to sacrifice ourselves in our lives for people who maybe don't appreciate us, don't like us, or should be taking care of themselves and doing their own thing. We don't have to fix everything for them. We don't have to drop everything for people who maybe don't care about us, right? Obviously, this is something very important for us to learn, to say no. I can't do this, can't do that, sorry, doesn't work. This doesn't mean if something happens, we're not going to be sitting in the hospital with somebody for a week if we have to. That's a totally different thing, of course, because you're a kind, caring person. That's what you would do. Is this energy showing us that we need to let go of something or some things? Why, yes, absolutely. This energy wants us to simplify and prioritize. Simplify our lives so that we have time and energy to prioritize what is most important to us. As humans, we like to hold on to things, don't we? Oh, we do. We might say to ourselves, we've always done it this way, or this is good enough. It's familiar, it feels familiar, so it's easier to handle rather than taking a risk in doing something new. Or my favorite, this is who I am, which means that person doesn't believe they can evolve, change, or anything. When we hold on to things, it's a misguided attempt to make ourselves feel safe. So when we hold on to stuff, we think it's going to help us feel safe. When we let go of things that are no longer in alignment, we make space for something new opportunities, new forms of peace or joy, new meaning, new purpose. I just retired a week or two ago from the Erie Philharmonic. I've been playing a violin with them professionally for 39 years. Okay, 39 years. It took me 4 years to be able to move into the place where I could truly retire because I wasn't quite ready to let it go, even though I knew it was time. So sometimes you have to let things go, even if you're not quite ready yet. I loved performing. It was so much fun. But again, it was no longer quite in alignment. As soon as I let that go, within days, I had new opportunities popped into my email. Within days, it was amazing. I was like, what is happening? Because I made the decision to let something go. So I've changed my energy. So letting things go can be anything. We could be cleaning out our house. That's letting something go. Now, last year for my Reimagine Your Life retreat, I made a list of things that we could let go of just to see what popped into my head. Because when I sit down and write, it's always channeled. So to see, I got a list of over 30 things we could let go of. 30 things. I'm just going to read you a few of them to see if you recognize some things you might want to let go of. So, just a few. Have-tos or shoulds. We know that one. Pressure. All pressure is self-pressure. If you think somebody's pressuring you, you're allowing them to pressure you. Okay? Let it go. Let go of pressure. Wants. Wanting other people to be different. Wanting situations to be different. Wanting ourselves to be different. Wanting to not feel uncertain. All of that stuff. You can let go of attachments. Okay? Attachments to what we want, specific outcomes, expectations for other people. We can let go of emotions, particularly if they're stuck. We can let go of fear. We can let go of taking things personally. We can let go of people, relationships, situations. We can let go of sacrificing ourselves for other people. There's so much we can let go of. Melissa's asking, why wasn't it aligned more if you loved it so much? For a couple of reasons, actually. I'll give you guys a little rundown. I have some arthritis that's getting in my way now, and I couldn't play in tune as easily as it should have been. And also, as a professional violinist, I need to practice hours a day. And my passion now, as much as I love music and performing, my passion now lies with helping people live their best lives as their amazing selves. That is my passion. That is my purpose. That's what I want to do. So I will continue to support the arts, and maybe I'll get a new instrument. I'm contemplating getting a new instrument to learn to play something else. We'll see. So that's why, right? So even though it's still a part of my heart, it doesn't fit in my physical life anymore, and the time involved to maintain a professional level of performance abilities was significant. So see how that goes, right? Okay, so now give yourself permission to let go and create space for something new and even better. Today's energy is helping you. If you get an urge to let go of something, you start feeling it might take you some time like it took me. You never know, right? But follow it, explore it. See what's happening. If limiting, disempowering thoughts pop up, explore them, transform them, let them go. Our identities are evolving, and that's what's supposed to happen, because living in a physical life is all about growth and becoming who we really are. So the next thing, now that one took a little longer time because it was a little bit more involved. There were like 3 things in that one step. The next thing is to go within. We're in a time of rapid manifestation. You might notice that everything is really fast. It feels like we can't catch up. Stuff is happening. We just can't catch up. It feels like we're always behind. So things are quick. There's unexpected changes, too much happening, overwhelming. What we want to do is center and ground. We want to detach from that swirling chaotic energy that surrounds us. We need. This is not oh, maybe I'll get to it thing. We really need to take time to go within ourselves, to shift our focus from the external, what's wrong, the chaotic energy that's out there, the situations. We want to shift back into our body, back into our energy, back into our soul. We want to stop trying to force or control, fix things, power through whatever's happening, etc. We want to stop ignoring our inner messages. We want to go within because we need the stillness and the space to connect with the light. We can meditate. We can take a walk. We can be in nature. Nature is so healing and essential for many of us these days. We can visualize and imagine the light. Create that within ourselves, right? Go within, be still. We can focus on beauty. We can focus on gratitude. We can embrace a few minutes of just doing nothing except being. Okay, just being. When we shift our focus inward, especially with some deep breathing, our mind immediately calms and relaxes. In this space, we feel more empowered. Our perspective rebalances with less emphasis on what's wrong, and we feel more of an emphasis on what's good in our lives. Okay, so that's the second. Number 3, just quickie here. Check in with yourself. I talked about this today in my newsletter, so if you're on my list, you got it, read it. There you go. Be intentional about checking in with yourself. What feels right to you? We tend to be so busy as humans, we just go, go, go. We don't take a moment, so to go within, check in with ourselves, and ask ourselves, what do I really need? What do I really want? What do you need to have more peace and joy? And this, very important point, is what you can do. Not what you want others to do, not what others need to do to make you feel better. It's all about you. What can you do to make yourself feel better, to have more peace, have more joy? You are responsible for how you feel. So you get to decide what you want to do to feel better. You get to decide. Ooh, how powerful is that? Okay, number 4, prioritize what is most important. Check in with yourself. Again, what do you really want? What's most important to you? How do you want to spend your time? Who do you want to spend it with? And then follow through. Sometimes we have a thought and we think, oh, that's great, I should do this, but then we don't do anything about it. So we have to follow through. Let go of those things that aren't important and do more of the things that are a priority. Right? We can only do so much in this energy. You may have noticed you can't multitask anymore, that maybe before you could do 4 or 5 things and it was no problem. Now you can only do maybe 2 or 3. So you've got to prioritize what is most important and be willing to let things go. Doesn't mean permanently. You can just set them on a shelf, if you will, and pick them up later if you want. So I always say, jokingly but not really, be ruthless. Is this on my list of the things I want to do? If it's not, don't do it. Right? So we have our physical list, what we're creating here in this life. We also have our internal list, how we want to feel, who we want to be. Those are equally as important, maybe even more so, who you want to be. Okay, so I always have, every year I have 2 goals. One is an inner goal that maybe I want to trust more. And my other one is what I want to create in my physical existence, what project I'm going to create, that kind of thing. Okay. I'm just checking the notes. Heather, I totally understand. I'm still teaching 33 violin viola students a week, but my heart is wanting to expand into something different. Yeah, isn't it interesting? As much as we love it, sometimes we just feel like we need something else, right? We just need something else. Okay, the next thing, number 5, and we only have 7, so don't you be fretting. We'll be getting back over here, and I'm going to answer your questions. You can make comments, ask if you've got something going on in your life that you want some intuitive guidance on, whatever, okay? Number 5, stay in your power. Don't give it away. Okay, all of these things I'm talking about are so important. Okay, they really are, especially at this time. This is what we're learning as we are evolving and we go through this consciousness shift. This is what we're learning. Okay, stay in your power. Don't give it away. You will notice that in today's world, some people are trying to control others, telling them who to be, what they should be doing, what they can't do, etc. These people want you to listen to them and do what they say. This is attempting to take your power away. Okay, they're taking your power away. Don't give it away. Don't let other people control you. Don't give your power to external people, external situations. Don't let your inner critic limit you with disempowering thoughts or doubts. So what we do is we listen, okay, see what's happening. Don't get attached. We listen. Then we go within and we check and see what feels right to us. Now, here's something very important. I keep saying things are important, but this is an important day. The correct answers, I'm going to put that in quotes too, if you will always be in the energy of love, kindness, compassion, light. They will always be in that energy. Now, this doesn't mean that you're not going to have some situations that are challenging, right? So sometimes we have difficult decisions and choices we have to make, such as leaving a relationship, leaving a job, whatever it is, right? And they can be sad or upsetting. But this, if it's rooted in love for ourselves, for what the kind of life we want to have, love for other people, etc., we are recognizing that we are worthy of having a better life. So the correct answers will be rooted in love, but that will show up differently depending on the circumstances. So back to my performing, right? I love performing. It was so much fun. It was a great career for 39 years, having played my violin for 56 years, right? Amazing. How wonderful. Love it. Sad to let it go, but I also know it's the right choice because it's rooted in love for myself and what my current goals are and what my current priorities are. And that doesn't mean, of course, I'm never going to play again. Okay. So there's that. Next one, related to your power. Number 6, protect your energy. You must protect your energy. Be self-aware. Okay, now I did a whole show on protecting your energy sometime in the past few months. Okay, so you can go to my YouTube channel, Colleen Vanderzyden. You can go there, go under the podcast playlist. It's called Embracing Your Essence because it's the name of the show. So go there and you can find it. So protecting your energy. I did a whole show on that with strategies. But we want to be self-aware. Check in with yourself and see if you're overloaded, unbalanced. And then, protecting your energy, you're going to practice self-care. Back again out into nature. Maybe you need to distract yourself to allow your mind to calm. Maybe you need quiet time. Maybe you need to remove yourself from a situation. Maybe you need to put up an energetic boundary. Maybe you need to establish a boundary for yourself where you tell yourself, nope, that's as far as I'm going. Done. Not doing it. Okay, so protect your energy. And the last one, number 7, choose love, choose light. Decide, it is a choice. Decide to be love. Make your decisions based from love. This doesn't mean you sacrifice yourself and become a doormat, because you have to love yourself as well. Make decisions that are from love. What is the best form of love for you, for other people, for situations? The answers will shift depending on what it's about and what feels right to you. To be in that love and light, feed your soul. Do things that replenish your energy and make you feel good. If you need to garden for 5 hours, go do it. If that makes you feel good, have at it. Another way to be in the love and the light is be kind to yourself and other people. And the last one here is find like-minded people. Loving groups where you are safe to be yourself. To get through this energy, to navigate this chaotic energy that is good and not so good, We want to connect with other people. Groups are so important right now. Everyone's energy comes together and literally creates miracles. Groups are where you'll find your support, your joy, your inspiration to promote creativity, personal growth, and those deep connections we need and want. I've seen it here on my show when people start talking to each other in here, and I can see the love that people show for each other, right? And even though we are an online group, we don't know each other. I know some of you know me, some of you know each other. This is a group where we can be together and our energy combines and creates beautiful things. I've seen it here. I've seen it in my coaching groups. I've seen it in the soul empowerment community. I've seen it in my workshops. I've seen it in my retreats. It is profound. Find a group where you are safe to be you. Could be a small group of 3 friends. It could be a big, gigantic group. Whatever it is, our tendency when this energy is so chaotic is for us to withdraw and go into our houses and shut the door and don't talk to anybody. But as much as we need some of that, we don't want that to be the totality of it. Connecting with groups makes a huge difference. So to create your meaningful, joyful life that you want, we need to be able to navigate this energy, because what happens is then you get more clarity on what it is you're wanting in this life, right? So understand what's happening, what you're learning. Let go of things that are no longer in alignment. Go within. Take some time for stillness, to breathe, to relax. Check in with yourself. What do you really want? Prioritize what's most important. Who do you want to give your time to? Who do you want to spend time with? What do you want to be doing? Stay in your power. Do not give it away. Don't give your power away. Protect your energy. Protect it. Choose the love and light and find these groups of people. Okay, these are the suggestions that Spirit gave me to tell you, because this is a crazy time. So we want to be able to create the life we really want. So what we want to do now is, if y'all have questions, comments, things going on in your life you're not sure what to do, you want to ask questions about what I talked about, whatever, you can ask the comments. Be on my page, Colleen Vanderzyden, Medium and Empowerment Coach. Just go to the top of the feed. If you're in the Soul Empowerment community, if you're in the Lilydale Assembly Facebook page, right at the top there, you'll see my name. Just click on that thing. You can also see up there the free gift, The Empowered Path to Inner Peace ebook, to help you step into your power and have inner peace even in the chaos, right? Okay, so I'm just looking at the comments while you guys come on over here and ask questions. Devin, I almost missed it. Hey, nice to see you. Prioritizing myself is a big flaw I have. Ooh, Devin, are you saying that prioritizing yourself is that you're selfish and you don't think about other people, or that you're not prioritizing yourself? And could be. I'm assuming it's the second one. Let's see. Thank you, Megan. Counting the days until this year's retreat. Oh, I'll mention that. The Reimagine Your Life retreat is at the end of the month. We're in Niagara Falls, May 29th through 31st. I do believe the hotel rooms are sold out. We had a little problem, you probably saw on my Facebook page, with the booking link, but we may be done with trying to sneak people in at this point. But we still have room for the retreat, and there are lots of hotels in Niagara Falls. So if you want to join us, go to my website, ColleenVanderzyden.com, and you'll see a little link right in there, and you can check out the retreat. Going to be amazing. You should see my floor right now. I have so many things on my floor that I give people for the retreat. I've got gifts, I've got supplies. Can't even walk in here. There's so much in here. Okay. Dale, newly singled. God said I'm spoken for. Oh, we'll have to chat about that, Dale. Devin, my husband lost his best friend in one car accident. They had big plans, both recovered addicts, finally happy, both fully changed men. They were going to start their own business, which is something my husband has dreamed of forever. Seems like something always happens to prevent him from having the life he wants. I just wonder if it will ever happen for him. Actually, Devin, yes, I have to say, I do feel it will happen for him. So I'm going to go into that mode for a moment here. Oh, I'm so sorry about him losing his best friend, and also, when you have plans to do something and together, and it's hard. It's very, very hard when something like that happens. And here's the thing. in this case, I don't know if he's hoping to still continue on starting that business they had planned, because I know without a doubt that his friend would have wanted him to continue on with that plan. And I'm going to say it this way, even though I don't like saying it this way, that it would be a way of honoring his friend. But what I really want to say is that his friend will be there helping out if he wants to do that. Sometimes it's a matter of taking the risk and deciding to go after something, even if we're not sure if it's going to work out, and I'm sure because of the things that have happened in your husband's life, he's probably like, feeling tired, and kind of like, what's the word I want? Despairing, I guess. This seems too strong of a word, but like hopeless in a way, like it's never going to happen, it's just not. And really, it's a matter, my gosh, recovered addicts, what strength it takes to move into that energy and create a different life. And it, in my mind, that goes like, okay, you already did this, and that's pretty huge. So let's go and create the life we really want to have, that dream life. So, and actually, I do see him doing it. So I don't know if you give him a little push or whatever happens. Hi, Dale. I can see the comments, thank God. Remember that one show I had a few weeks ago where I had to look on my phone because I wasn't getting them on Facebook on my computer? Yeah, tech. Kara, good evening. Hope you had a great Mother's Day. I did. Thank you so much. I played in my garden all day long. It was very therapeutic. Any guidance for me this evening? The first thing I hear is, for you, I just want you to go for it. Whatever you've got in your head that you're thinking about doing, you're thinking about, I just keep hearing, go for it, go for it, go for it. Just go for it. Wow. Okay. That's all he's saying. so I'll leave that the second. Whew, I thought so, Devin. Let's see. A question from Audrey. Oops, it scrolled on me. Sorry. Age 12. 2 years ago, you did a mini soul reading for her on her 10th birthday. She is wondering if you could do another since she is curious if anything has changed. Ooh, I would love to do that. And I don't remember what I said because I don't remember anything when I'm channeling. So it'll be fun. And one thing I want to mention for everybody is whenever I do these readings on here or answer people's questions, if something I say, and I should say my guide says, if something we say makes sense to you and you think, I get that, I understand, take it. Because spirit, guides, angels, etc., dead people, whatever, we want to reach as many people as possible. Okay, so even whatever I'm going to say to Audrey must be important to somebody else as well, would be my guest. So Audrey, I don't remember what I've said in the past, so I'm just going to talk and see what comes out of my mouth. I seem to feel very strongly that you're quite creative. I seem to think also that you're a very good writer. I don't know if you are, and if you're not, you should start writing because you're very creative. You see things in a way that other people don't see life. You're very insightful. You have an amazing gift of empathy. You see people kind of like I do, actually, Audrey, where you can see the goodness inside another person. You can tell when somebody else is hurt. Like they feel hurt, and even if they're not saying it, you can feel it. And you have a very amazing, actually quite amazing gift of being able to help somebody else feel better. Because your mind works in that creative way, that intuitive way, that very insightful way. I'm going to say from your heart. You have a very strong heart energy. Because you work in that way, you have such a gift of being able to help other people feel good. And also, I've got to go back to the creativity because I want you making things, okay? And when you make things, whatever they might be, you do it very intuitively. You just know how. You just know how. And whatever you make is amazing and beautiful. And one more thing, back to your heart energy. Your heart energy is very sensitive and very gentle and empathic. Continue to, Martin and Hillary, you can explain this if I'm unclear. Continue to keep your power strong so that if you happen to meet mean people around you, that they don't affect you. And just recognize that they are just having an issue and it has nothing to do with you. Okay? Just stay really strong in your power. Okay, well, there you go, Audrey. You are such an amazing person. I can hardly wait to meet you. There's such good energy. Oh, I got goosebumps all over that. Megan, I'm feeling torn in the relationship I'm in. Is it healthy or not to stay in? Looking for guidance on that, please. I remember something I heard a long time ago, that whenever we ask about a relationship, there's something behind it, right? Which is obvious from your statement of I'm feeling torn in the relationship. When I feel into those things you said, you wouldn't be asking this question if there weren't things that were bothering you a little. Okay? Right? In so many ways, as humans, we want reassurance. We want somebody to tell us what to do, right? Because it'll be easier. If they just tell me what to do, then I can just handle it, move on, or whatever, or stay, or whatever. And these are all things, and the energy of today is all about trusting yourself and trusting what you feel. If I were you, Megan, I would take some time, and I'm not saying go away for like a month unless you want to, but take some time to just go for a walk in the woods. Get outside. Don't necessarily be thinking about the relationship, but instead start really thinking about the life you want to have. What does that look like? What does it feel like? This is what I do at my retreat, the Reimagine Your Life retreat. We talk about how your life would look related to how it would feel. Like, for example, my goal this year, I want more freedom. It's written on my whiteboard over there. Freedom. I want more freedom. What that means is less busy, right? The freedom to do more things that I want to do. That's one thing I want. Along with that, I want more fun, right? So what is it you're looking for exactly? And then start focusing on that, moving toward that kind of energy, okay? Yeah. Another thing you might try is doing some writing, just writing out, like a brain dump kind of thing, writing out, and seeing if you can move into more of a channeled place about what your life could look like if you were living in that. Okay. My guide says I need to stop there because you know me, you guys, I'll just keep on going forever and ever. Yeah, he is not going to tell you what to do or what to stay or go, but more touch and check in with yourself and feel. It's all feeling. Robin, I'm wondering if I should put more effort into my sibling relationships. Well, I get the impression, Robin, energetically and also by what you've said, that it's a little unbalanced. Okay, it's a little unbalanced there, the relationships. And here's the thing. When we have family, we want to be connected with them. Lots of times. Sometimes we don't. But lots of times we do want to be connected. But sometimes we don't get back what we want. Okay. And so here's where we move into non-attachment and we let go of the expectations. We have an expectation frequently that our family should be this way. Our family should try harder. Our family should be nicer or whatever it could be. I am finding that the best way to handle things like that is to not be attached to what I want other people to be. Just not be attached. Then what I do is I check in with myself, big theme for tonight, and go, okay, why do I want to maintain connection? Because they're my family, right? Because they're my friends. Can we put more effort into that without wanting something back, wanting them to respond in a different way? Only you can answer that, okay? So it depends on if you have ulterior motives there. Like, are you hoping they're going to turn into somebody they're not? Not going to happen. Not going to happen. So why do you want to maintain those relationships? Okay? I'm going to stop there too. I think I skipped some people, but we'll see. Lisa, how do you find the balance between pushing hard to get a better job? I'm in a toxic environment, coupled with letting go of trying to control it and panicking that it hasn't happened yet. I'm learning every day, but now I feel I've outgrown it also. So you're in a job you're really not liking, right? So especially toxic, letting go of trying to control it, right? A good move there, really, because when we try to control things and make them different and force, we just make ourselves more miserable. So it's not worth our effort. We can only control ourselves, right? Okay. Here's something I learned a while ago that has really helped me in making decisions and shifting my energy to make it one that is more open, right? I don't like the words pushing hard to get a better job, but I understand what you're saying. Exactly. Because sometimes we do have to, just work harder to try to find a better job, et cetera, et cetera. What is in alignment with what I've talked about and mentioned earlier with some other people too, is think about what kind of job you want and how you would feel at it. Okay. The feelings are what changes the energy. Okay. You know this because you're trying to let go of controlling it. You don't want to do that anymore. So you recognize the feelings there and then also panicking it hasn't happened yet because you can only handle it for so long, right? But what we want to do is decide how you want to feel and start moving toward that energy. I'm big on intentions. Anybody on my mailing list, you know this. Tuesdays are Intention Tuesday. I send a story out with an intention. I am big on intentions because our words are powerful, very powerful, and actually help us create our reality. So I have a job where I feel appreciated, I love it, and enjoy it. It's a little too long for my normal intentions. I like shorter ones. I have a job that I love. There we go. So what we do is we get up in the morning, we say to ourselves, I have a job I love. I know you already have a job you don't love, but we're creating a job you love. Okay. What happens is it shifts your energy, and your energy starts going out there into the universe, connecting with jobs that you might love. Okay, you still look for jobs, you still do your searching, but do it from a place of good expectation. I expect a job I love is going to come to me. Here's why I like doing it this way, because we are moving toward something. The energy of moving toward is totally different than the energy of moving away. So if we're moving away from something we don't like, moving away from a job we don't like, that's a more negative energy. But if we can switch our mind to I'm moving toward something that I love, our energy is open and things start shifting. Now, I know our humanness doesn't like that answer because we want to know how to get that job, et cetera, et cetera. But as our energy is looking forward to this new opportunity that's coming, it is coming, as we look forward to that, our energy is stronger and can better handle today's current energy where maybe it's just not ideal, it's toxic, etc. Okay, our energy is stronger and it won't bother us as much. Again, we want to do the energetic thing. I know it sounds like woo-woo, and it is kind of woo-woo, but it actually works. So there's that. Obviously, you don't stop looking. We're just going to not sit around and assume it's going to drop in our lap. It might. It could. But we're not going to not do our part. We have to do our part. So another thing to do, my guide wants you to know, is to, every day, focus on the good things in your life. Focus on the good things. Okay. The grass is green. The sun is out. It's not snowing. That's a good thing, etc. That helps keep your energy up as well. Okay, doke. You are welcome, Kara. Michelle, what guidance do the guides have for me moving forward? I feel like I'm halfway there. That's awesome. That is awesome that you feel like you're halfway there. I actually feel like you're more than halfway there. Okay. It feels like things are laying out. Ooh, that's an interesting choice of words. Okay, I'm going to use it. Laying out as they should, piece by piece by piece by piece by piece. I recognize that you're not nearly as impatient as you were. That you're kind of more in that state of, okay, it's coming. Here's what everybody needs to remember. When we want things to happen faster, when things just don't seem to be happening in the speed we want, the energy and the physical parts of life are catching up. So the energy may have already laid it all out, but the physical part hasn't caught up yet. That all being said, everybody, the energy we have today is rapid manifestation. So if you want something and you put energy into that, it could happen a lot faster than you think. So make sure you're pretty prepared so that when it does come, you're ready to grasp it and go after it. Okay. So that energy is out there as well. So we've got two ways. One is it's doing its thing and the physical is catching up. Maybe things just aren't in alignment yet. The other thing is it could go really, really fast. So be prepared. I am finding, so many things since the kidney stones. So from the kidney stones and then my final concert, all that stuff happened. I had to basically shut things down for a little bit because of the kidney stones, and then did my final concert. After that, things are just happening so fast. It's awesome. So much fun. But be aware that that can happen. Martin, 100% spot on for her, Colleen. Thank you. She is thrilled. That was the reading for Audrey, the little one, the 12-year-old. I love it. I love it. What is your North Star? Sarah Malinowski Umberger. What is my North Star? Okay, now this is going to be interesting. Kindness and empathy. You must be very empathic. You must have a lot of empathy. Kindness and empathy, that is your North Star. I love this. You're welcome, Megan. Jean, my husband recently was diagnosed with ALS or Lou Gehrig's disease. I am so sorry to hear that. So sorry to hear that. Okay. The insights that my guide wants to share with you. Number one is to remember that with ALS or any other serious disease or illness, the soul does not change. The person does not change. The essence of who they are does not change. That part remains throughout everything. Remember that as you go forward. Over the next few months, I can see you seeing him from a deeper level, like who he really is, even more deeply than you already see him. I can see you connecting on that soul level, like literally, I can see it happening. I know that you're going to do this. It is a fact. Okay, so remember that going forward. ALS, as we all know, is not good. We know this. Everybody knows this. And yet, knowing that your husband is still your husband, no matter what is happening in his body or around him, he's still there. And that is to be celebrated. And that's what my guide wants you to know today. Sending you both lots of positive healing energy. Lots. Connie says, my life is special, especially after being in ICU, intubated with the RSV virus. Oh my. Never take life lightly. Right? How wise. Apparently we have a star party challenge going. Feel free to send stars because Facebook says so. Don't give your power to Facebook. Anyway, back to Connie. She says, never take life lightly, right? Every day, I want to make sure my life, my day is as full as possible, is as fun as possible, and that I enjoy my day and I don't feel like I've wasted a minute. Okay, we want that kind of life. And there are days where I'm not quite that way. But most days I am. I love being alive. I have so many things I want to get done. That's how we want to live. She says, I have my daughter's Peruvian type wedding with alpacas to look forward to. Ooh, how fun. I'm still not able to walk without a walker, but I will be there. Then my goal is grandbabies. See now, right? Look at this joy. I'm going to this wedding. I may not be able to walk just yet without a walker, but I will be there. And she will have so much fun. And then grandbabies. Whew, love it. You are welcome, Lisa. You are welcome, Michelle. Thank you, Dale. And you are welcome, Jean. Okay, so wrapping up. If you want more ideas on how to be you, how to handle life's crap, I've got magical mind games in here that help you handle stuff one step at a time. Okay. If you're around and want to head to the Reimagine Your Life retreat in Niagara Falls at the end of the month, May 29th through 31st, early bird pricing is still open because I am waiting for everybody who has a hotel room to be confirmed. Okay. So if you want to come and join us, feel free. Lots of hotels in the area if there's no discounted rooms available at the Hyatt. The deadline was a couple of weeks ago, but they had an issue. One more question. No, we did it. Never mind. Okay, good. Yes, so this is wonderful. Celebrate your life. Decide what you want to be, and then be that. Who are you? Who are you really? Go after the life you want. Create the life of your dreams. And you are amazing, and you can do it. You are amazing and can have the life you want. It's a fact. It's a fact. I know everything. Right, sure. Okay, I shall hang up. I want to thank you so much for joining me. I do intend to be here next week. I'm pretty sure my schedule is good. Don't know what we'll talk about next week. I am sure that Spirit will let me know, and we will have a great time. And I always love to answer your questions or your comments. And you can, of course, feel free to write things in the comments still. I will look at them tomorrow. If you want to know more about the retreat or anything else, there we are. Make sure, actually, if you're coming to Lilydale this summer for readings for any of the mediums here, make sure you make your appointments in advance. I've just got a few left in August at this point. Okay, y'all have fun. I love you all. Have an amazing week. Create your most wonderful life and be amazing, because you are. Bye.